historiam iuris in iuria, venit hora quia filis ducis et Dea.
Once upon a time, in a curious dimension, quite unlike our own, there was a very special world where humans and monsters lived together in peace. In the majestic city of Arbor, which stood at the center of that world, the most important festival of the year was just beginning. And the streets resounded with the happy cries of man and monster alike.
Childishly simple. The prize is as good as mine.
Ah, not bad. Not bad at all. All right, my turn. All I have to do is hit something, right? Should be easy enough.
Goo, look!
Oh.
And so, it begins.
What's that?
What could this mean? Monsters have never attacked humans before. Why now? And how many? Could they all have been affected?
What? Even Helix, you mean? Helix! Oh, thank goodness. It looks like he's okay.
But the castle may not be. Our comrades are under attack. We must act now, lest they suffer for our complacency. Listen carefully. I will circle around to the rear of the castle and assess the situation. You, meanwhile, will approach from the
You
front.
want to follow some long-winded plan? Thanks, but no thanks. We're royal guards, so let's guard some royals. We need to find King Doric right now.
Huh? Wait! Headstrong fools. Does she mean to fight them all off on her own?
Alright, so hello people of the world, welcome to my Let's Play of Dragon Quest Heroes, hope you enjoy. Alright, we're gonna start with text apparently, so I'm not gonna read all this text out loud because I just suck at reading things out loud, and believe me, I'm doing you a favor by not reading all of it because that would just sound horrible. Right, we're gonna start with a little bit of a tutorial. We won't be able to move outside of this, we won't be able to move here until we've completed the tutorial.
First, you should open the menu.
So, open your menu, alright, the action list. So, to attack with no use of MP is square, to attack with MP is triangle. R1 is infern, hold and okay, so hold R1 and square to do inferno slash. L1 for moving, X to jump. L1 is defense, L1 in the air is recovery. R2 is dodge. Just normal R is move camera, R3 is lock on and lock off, and options is menu. Touchpad is toggle map, and that's it. Okay, simple enough. Simple enough. Right. so next we're gonna kill
Monsters
some
here,
slime
already.
or
Then we
monsters.
have little choice. We must fight our way through.
Dragon Quest game always has to start with some slime.
Searing slash.
Eep. Time to give the actions you just looked at in the menu a go.
I don't actually know if you will have to do the combo combination like this, or if Helix just moves on after a little while. So let's just do it for just to be sure.
That's the way to do it.
Right,
Okay,
next
try
is
this
3
next.
times, and that's a Searing Slash.
Perfect.
Let's kill some more slime.
Monsters. I wish there was another way, but it looks like we'll have to fight them.
Of course. Great. Probably be able to hear that. Hopefully you don't. If so, don't let it bother you, because it bothers me enough. Don't worry.
Let's do a
It bothers me enough for both of
next.
us.
Both use up magic points, or MP for short. That's good.
Yeah, I know what MP is.
The screen.
Alright, so
Try
if you hold R1 and press
ability.
square, you do a special attack. Are there any enemies I can use it on, or I'm just gonna use it like this? And that's the Inferno Slash. Well, couldn't have used it on the slime enemy, so not really a problem that I hadn't used it on any enemies.
Searing slash.
Right, this should be it then. Oh no, one more slime enemy. Or more slime. Alright, so now and I am a fighting machine. Okay, so now we should be able
That looks like the last of them.
to
Come
move
on,
on
let's keep moving.
to the actual level. Right, so first a little bit of a jump tutorial, but we all know how to jump with the X, and let's fastly do a Inferno Slash. Let's finish this guy off because the Inferno Slash does not finish him off, and oh, and I got hit. Very nice. Alright, so R2 is dodge. I have already done that a few times. And L2 is defend. Let's just see if it works. And it works. No damage at all. Don't know if I'm gonna defend a lot. Just don't know
The
yet.
monster threat here has been
With
suppressed.
most games I prefer to just dodge and not defend. And we can move on already. Okay. This is going pretty fast. Alright, a room full of monsters. Let's just use a Inferno Slash and kill a lot of them. And I see a chest there. Let's see what's in it. Alright, yeah, I know a chest.
Crates. There might be a nice treat inside. To open it, just go up to it and stand
Alright,
still until you
so
see the button
let's
sign.
see what's inside the chest, maybe? Yeah, alright, let's see what's inside the chest. And it's a mini medal. Very nice. Yeah. Let's do another Inferno Slash to kill a lot of these slimes, and let's do a Drake. Let's kill a Drakey with a Air Slash, and another Inferno Slash to kill these mages. Because right now these guys can do the most damage to us. Right. Alright, don't have enough MP to do another Inferno Slash. And if we can do Soaring Slash or... Yeah, I really don't know what that attack is called. Right, one more Drakey, and that should be it. Let's also see what's in those spots. Boom, boom. Right, with an MP restore and something else we're probably never... Oh, and a HP restore. Very
If the
nice.
cellars are anything to go by, a sizable force awaits
Right.
us within the castle.
We're almost at the king.
I'm starting to get really worried about the king. We've got to hurry.
Right. We were just waiting for them to finish.
What is the meaning of this?
Your Majesty!
Ah, there you are, my
my brave young bodyguards. Our monster friends have gone quite mad. The little devils all turned on me at once.
Both the castle and the town have been overrun. We must devise a strategy without delay. Right. You and I must stand fast while His Majesty and Helix fall back toward the throne. The task of defending the throne room will be ours. When the enemy draw near, one of us will meet their advance and launch a counter-offensive. The other will hold position and protect King Doric from any who make it through the onslaught. But even if we do defeat the enemy before us, we cannot afford to let our guard drop. If my assessment of the situation is correct, they will divide their forces into several groups and attack in waves. Each time they do so, one of us must guard His Majesty while the other renews the onslaught. By alternating our roles, we shall be able to conserve energy and keep the enemy at bay indefinitely.
Really?
Only-
You're still talking. Thanks for the master plan, but if it's all the same to you, I'm going to go and batter those monsters before they get to the king.
Why, you... To rush in without a sound strategy is pure folly.
You are most kind, but I have no need of your protection. Nay, let we three stand and fight, side by side. Now to arms, friends, for armor!
Alright, so the king is gonna fight with us. Pretty nice, right? Just waiting for it to load, and we're still in the castle. But we've got a new ally, and that's the king, so King Doric. Oh, a lot of enemies. Let's start with Infernal Slash, kill as much as possible.
Searing slash!
And we went level up. Very nice. Let's just keep going, and maybe if we're lucky we get another level up.
As suspected, they cover for their lack
Right.
of strength by attacking in waves. Our strategy must
Luckily
be...
these monsters aren't very strong. At least not yet.
Sorry.
And we have
Bit
some
busy.
more
How
HP.
about we adopt the strategy I like to call whack them
And
till they
shouldn't
fall
be
over?
much monsters left. Only a couple, and let's just do an Infernal Slash to
Fine
finish
approach
them off.
indeed, my dear. Now look sharp, the pair of you.
Alright, let's get this item, an Iron Nail. Okay, so we're probably gonna have alchemy in this game, because if you don't, if you're not familiar with the Dragon Quest games, Iron Nails are mostly a alchemy recipe item. Alright, so Helix went off on his own, and that's probably not gonna end well. We're probably gonna have to save him. Alright, let's save Helix, or at least don't let Helix get hurt. Let's get there as fast as humanly possible. After this cutscene, of course.
What the? Look how many of them there are! Where are they all coming from?
Could all the monsters taking part in the festival have descended on the castle at once?
Alright, so let's get these skeletons with a Inferno Slash, if I can get a lot of them with it.
Inferno slash!
Yeah, that went pretty well, and let's get to Helix because he's taking damage, and where is he? I can't really see him. I'm just gonna do an Inferno Slash and hope I don't hit him. I don't hit... Okay, another level up. Very nice.
Highly satisfactory.
If we're lucky, we might even be level 7 before we, now level 5 actually, before we finish this level. Okay, so there's Helix. We should be safe there, and let's do another Infernal Slash. Get a lot of skeleton man, or skeleton. Are they called skeleton men or skeleton? Just skeleton. I think they're called skeleton men, but I'm not sure. I know that these bat-like thingies are called braziers, and I think those wizards are just called wizards. But I'm not sure if these skeleton warriors are called skeleton men or skeletons. Well, at least Dragon Quest keeps their names simple. Alright, only a couple more left. Don't think I need any more Inferno Slash for these. So let's just keep hacking at them.
Searing Slash!
Alright, a few are still attacking Helix. Probably should protect him, even though he probably can heal himself, so it's not really that big of a deal. And the last one. Right, we did it! Yay! We did it!
I foresaw their every move.
Alright, so like King Doric said, we're gonna join the fight in the town and help our people defend their home and livelihood. Or it's just gonna be a cutscene.
Not much further now.
That's also possible.
Just as I thought. I feared they might be holding such a creature in reserve.
Dragon or not, there's only one thing we can do. Come on then. Let's give it the hiding of its life.
Alright, so we have our first boss. I'm just gonna watch his fire breath. And let's try and hit his tail. Oh, and I got hit by the tail instead. Alright, nice going, man. Nice going. Alright, let's do a fire spin on his head and try doing as much damage as possible. Keep dodging too. Keep dodging too. Skeletons, man, can be a little annoying, so you might want to just... And fucking hell, they keep protecting me. Alright, so I'm almost at the so I should be a little bit more careful. Not one. Oh, level up. Very nice timing, sir. Well, I don't know if the level up guy is a guy. Well, whatever. And I got hit again by the tail. Well, let's just do another Inferno Slash. As you might have noticed, if we hit him on the... if he's like this, he can do major damage on him. It doesn't matter where we hit him. So just keep attacking him. We should do a ton of damage to him. Alright, so what I was saying just now, you might have noticed that if we hit him on the tail or the head, we do a lot more damage than we do on the stomach. That's because most boss monsters actually have weak points where you can hit them for more damage. And actually it's probably the only place you want with them, because if you don't hit them on their weak points, you just don't do any damage. It's not even, well, I won't say it's not worth hitting them, but still it's almost worth nothing. And the dragon should be dead. Yay, we defeated our first boss. And he's down. Alright, so no other monsters left, and...
Huzzah! The dragon is defeated! Victory is ours! Sweet, sweet victory!
Alright, so just as we defeated the dragon, we have to deal with these portals, and apparently the monsters have gone out of them. Oh, a golem. I don't think I want to attack the golem just yet. Let's first take care of all these portal weaker monsters, because I've learned my lesson from the dragon. first kill the weaker monsters, or at least just kill a few of the weaker monsters so that you don't get attacked by them while you're attacking the big guys. And let's just do an Infernal Slash and dodge the golems below. And well, a lot of monsters, but we can get a lot of items and a lot of experience with it, so I'm not complaining. At least not much. Oh, and I got hit. And not enough MP, and now I do have enough MP, but it doesn't really hit a lot of monsters apparently. Oh, probably because I was at the end of the battle area and there weren't any monsters beyond that. And another level up. We're level 5. Right, let's just keep dodging the golems because I really don't want to fight them just yet.
We can't keep this up forever.
Keep dodging, and just kill as much monsters as possible while dodging the golem. And the king has something to say.
Loyal guardians, here, a tonic.
Alright, we got a tonic from the king, but I'm not really noticing anything different just yet.
This sensation.
Oh, and I got hit by a golem. Let's just keep fading them, and we're going Super Saiyan. Very nice. Alright, now we can just hit them and a special move. Giga Slash or Giga Slash. I can never really understand if he uses Giga Slash or Giga Slash, but they're basically the same, so I don't really care. Alright, we got some items. Butterfly wings, iron nail, thinking incense.
Strategy is the key to victory.
So sorry about that, but some people were talking in the hallway and I don't think you would want to hear their conversation, so let's just keep going.
All done. Looks like that's the last of them. What's the matter with you? Stop standing around posing and act a little pleased, will you?
I fear it is too soon for celebrations.
Is it?
If I am not much mistaken, this battle was but the first of many. We have rid the capital of monsters, yes. But this is no more than a temporary solution. It is but a matter of time before their allies outside the city launch another assault. Furthermore, it would be foolish to assume that the effects of this phenomenon are limited to the monsters in Arbor.
Okay, we get it. What you're saying is, all the other towns and villages in the world may be in trouble too.
Friends, I had feared as much myself. It would seem the time is indeed against us.
Fear not, Your Majesty. I have devised the perfect strategy. First, we must head westward, through the forest, to the city of Caliber, where
Of course! Caliber! Home of mages, inventors, and workers of wonder. Surely there we might find a clue as to the troubles that assail us.
Good thinking, Your Majesty. That's an amazing idea.
Yes, but...
Well then, we better get going.
Me too. I'm going with you.
Ah! Come, my boldest and most trusted retainers! We must sally forth without delay! Huzzah!